Most people in life are trying to figure out what it is that we're learning from the foreigners who have come to this land. We have so many people who are bilingual in Latino languages that maybe we should be studying them more as adults today than we were long ago as children and teenagers. I barely remember my Spanish class, and that's openly the fault of my ninth grade Spanish teacher who sort of was a monster in the way she handled me. Now, I've told that story before, and I went on to the Japanese language, which I love and I've mastered. That is a truth that I have often spoken about. But when we're talking about homelessness, we're talking about the reality of life for people who have no home, no refrigerator, no stove, no bed, no place to lock their possessions, and no place to seek help without getting shit on by police. Now, I've said that a few times. People don't always believe it, but a handful of people who work in the community actually serving the homelessness of our land actually understand what monsters we can face in this land when we have no home. The reality is there's always someone, a perpetrator of a crime. There's always someone who wants to harass, harm, and indignate someone who's going through a struggle. In life, though, we can make a difference for people more than do harm to them. The true Christians of the land make a difference. They stop what they're doing, they literally jump to, and they simply say one question. Today is an important day for you. What practically could I do within my means, resources, or financial wallet of my own person that might help you to move a little closer to your goal of getting out of homelessness? Now, how tough a question is that? Well, it puts you at legal liability to a point. That if you play around with the homeless person's technology and interfere with their right to get a job, then you might be lawfully liable under federal law for cybercrime and attacking a person's right to not only the privacy of their job hunt, but also the privacy of their life and their name. Now, when I talk like this, I'm making it very clear that those who interfere with people, forcing them into homelessness because they violate the law and they steal their property or intellectual property or their copyrighted work, are facing federal time. Those are all federal crimes that are provable under the law. Now, when we're talking about something simpler like donating the T's of transportation, the real question is, what can you do personally to help someone in struggle? Well, the first thing you're going to need to do is provide them some time. There's a lot of things a pastor or someone who's in the community trying to serve people has to manage, and time management is the most important part of that. Many people manage time poorly. That is why we have so many people who go through time management training courses through a lot of online and offline curriculums. The reality is that if you're involving yourself with someone, it takes time to listen, talk, and learn a confidential and private story. You also have to pay attention to the fact that gossip erodes trust. The minute you share that person's story without their consent and they hear back through the grapevine that you did, you've lost trust. The next thing that you can provide people is talent. What I mean by that is that you're giving service means utilizing skills. You have skills you can lend that individuals can learn. A homeless person also has skills that could be employed. Outside of that, there's treasure. The simplest thing for a homeless person to carry is a gift card. A food card, a gas card, a transportation card, an entertainment card. Any type of gift card that has provable funds on it is important. The challenge we have is utilizing those vehicles of financial support is that there are always illegal retail employees who will lie about the usage of the card and take things off the card after the person leaves. I've had that happen several times at a few McDonald's without my consent or knowledge. I know because I kept the receipts with the downpour of the information of what money I had left. I kept careful track of how many times I went and when I utilized it. Outside of that, we're looking for tents. What I mean by that is the homeless person needs a place to be during the day and night to be productive. The library and work one an extra office are sometimes workable, but in truth, an extra office at church allows you to look for a job. The other thing we need in homelessness is tools. We need a mailbox, a pocket knife with scissors, multi-tooled unit, a AA powered high looms flashlight, umbrella, a set of wheels to carry our baggage. These are practical items, and there's a longer list that you can find later. Outside of tools, we need telecommunications. We might need a loaner telephone. You might need borrowable internet or Wi-Fi for a job hunt, or getting online to create portfolio. We also need technology where there's a portable iPad, either it's refurbished or new small laptop computer, a camera, a phone without service, or thumb drives. You see, sometimes a person's laptop dies and they have to produce another one. Those are several $100s. But sometimes people have old laptops they've just thrown in their closet because they don't use them anymore. Those screens could be wiped off and someone could utilize them right away to get back on life and get back to life in job hunting and other portfolio creation. Finally, we need transportation. We need a basket bicycle for sure. It's really hard to find a good basketball bicycle around town. In Japan, they only sold them. They didn't really sell a lot of sports bikes. But you really want one that has a good back basket. It's kind of hard to watch people get in and out of, but the front basket makes the vehicle a little bit tippy. You can also produce for people a three-wheeled bicycle where the basket is literally behind the seat. It's much more stable, it's not going to tip over on someone despite their age, and it doesn't matter what their physical health or condition is. It will freestand no matter what. They might need a bus pass. You can offer the person a day bus pass or a month bus pass. They might need Uber gift cards so that they can get places directly. The hard part is that it's hard to calculate how much an Uber ride is going to cost. They can be quite costly unless you've got some sort of discount rate through your company or something else. They might need a used or new moped, a scooter, or a car, because homelessness is difficult enough without having transportation, but it's even harder if you have to do everything by walking. There aren't enough sidewalks in Hamilton County is absolute truth. There's a lot of debris on the road is absolute truth. Now, I found some amazing objects in those moments of times, but I only pick up what the Lord asked me to, and I discover later why it is He wanted me to have it. Now, in life, there's moments of times to make a difference for someone. We want you to know that you can make a difference for people today. All you have to do is donate a little cash, a little gift card to someone you think is homeless, and just say, this is for your life. You use it however you feel is best, because you're an adult and you know what you need to do for you. Thanks for listening.